Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Cowabunga, dudes! This is the third and final Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie of the 90s, and the third and final movie of Ninja Turtles that I will recognize as a Ninja Turtle movie, because all the rest of them are CGI, and the Michael Bay movies suck. Anyway, yeah, that being said, this one's not much better, but it is Ninja Turtles 3 Turtles in Time. And it was released in 1993. We have another new director for this one. Still the same suits. I don't know what they've managed to do to them, but they don't quite look like the first two movies. But it is a different company that took over from Jim Henson's Creature Shop when he passed away, unfortunately. So we get a lot of changes in this one. So it was directed by Stuart Gillard, and of course it was from the characters of Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, and was written by Stuart Gillard. So he was the director and the writer. Return for Elias Koteas, Paige Turco as well returns in this one. And we get Stuart Wilson as in this one. Mark Queso plays Leonardo, and we just move forward from there. We also get a different person playing Splinter, but I'm going to get through to all that in the main part of the video, and we're going to go through my thoughts on this third and final movie. So join us there. So, Turtles in Time, not to be confused with the arcade game, Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time. This one is very much a feature film, and we fast forward 2 years into the future from the release of the second one. So, this one's actually had 2 years of development. Well, did have 2 years of development, obviously, but there's 2 years in between. And one of my favorite parts of this film is Elias Koteas comes back as Casey Jones, and he has like a little double role with one of the soldiers and playing Casey Jones as well. So Paige Turco comes back, Stuart Wilson, we've got Vivian Wu in here, Mark Queso, Jim Raposa, Matt Hill plays Raphael, Jim Raposa plays Donatello, Queso's Leonardo, and David Fraser is Michelangelo. So we've got a completely new cast playing the characters, and obviously they have to fit in the suit that they had already. James Murray is voicing Splinter instead of Kevin Clash, and yeah, we've got quite a few other bits in there as well. Certainly the least well received Ninja Turtles movie of the 90s. So we go to ancient Japan after Turtles found an ancient staff, which then transports April to ancient Japan, 1393 to be exact. So good 600 years in the past. They don't have pizza, but the international phenomenon returns in this storyline. This is the storyline. 17th century Japan. So hold on, that's not 17th century. Yeah, okay. So this is the storyline featured on IMDb. I'm just going to call that out. But it's in the middle of the Samurai War, and they swap New York City for Japan. And that's pretty much all you need to know about this film before I get into my main gripes and things about this film. Now, this film seems really unnecessary because it is. It's milking a franchise. It's the film that killed the original movie franchise. And it is worse than Ninja Turtles 2, but I don't think Ninja Turtles 2 is actually that bad, even though it does have Vanilla Ice in it. And yes, like I say, it ruined the franchise. The Turtles were pretty much dying a death at this point in time, including the cartoons. It wasn't until later on, good sort of 10 years in the future, that we got a revival of Ninja Turtles through Nickelodeon and the cartoon, and they still own the Ninja Turtles franchise, and they're still churning out toys and films and cartoons. So, I mean, this one is the most wacky adventure that you could think of. I mean, if the second one was silly, this one is just completely out there. It's got time travel in it, man. And you know, Ninja Turtles are wacky anyway. They're four fully grown, walking on two legs turtles who ninja kick people. And that's wacky in itself. But to put time travel in there as well is just, yeah, bit bit much. And it follows the standard formula of a fish out of water, basically. So, you know, they go back to Japan, they join in the war, they meet Michelangelo has a bit of a love interest, and Raphael makes friends with a young boy. So, yeah, it's, you know, transitioning, so to speak. Meanwhile, the idea with this one being that they time travel, but they don't just time travel. They swap with four of the warriors, and it plays out like a double fish out of water thing, because the samurai warriors come over to 90s New York and watch TV and get scared about things, and it's some of it is pretty funny. You know, they watch the hockey and they start fighting, so the samurai warriors start fighting. But it is just irritating more often than not on this one. The story plot, it just goes, it's like a big roller coaster with a piece of track missing. So as you're going up and down and hit the loops, you just fly off the end, and that is the plot of Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time. Um, and the voice changes, especially Splinter. It doesn't continue the what was set up in the first two. Really, it's massive disappointment. That being said, I've got it on Blu-ray because it was part of the triple box set, and you know, I will probably end up watching this again at some point. It's definitely my least favorite, but you know, it's a Three Stooges style thing, which I don't get. I want them to get back to the gritty stories from the comic books. The first one tried to do that, made it gritty, made it dark, and you know, I'm a big fan of that. I prefer DC over Marvel, for example. So, you know, I'm a big fan of that dark and gritty with a little bit of comedy in it. You know, they can do that, so that's not an issue. 2007 was revived with the CGI remake of the film. I understand that was pretty dark. Tried to follow the comic books as well, but it's not something I've ever watched, and I don't ever intend to. And yeah, really, just no more time travel. I'm a bit of a Ninja Turtles geek when it comes to that. Not quite as much as Ghostbusters, but these were my two things when I was a kid. It was these two and WWE. And you know, it's a bit disappointing if they do another film. I don't mind them using CGI, but just take out the silliness. It's all right to have a little bit of comedy in there. You know, the Ninja Turtles, the teenagers, they eat pizza, they shout cowabunga. That's pretty much all you need, really. Just the odd moment. But yeah, this one just takes the pee, and yeah, it's not watchable. It's not great, and yeah, there's not much more I can say to that. And I cannot, hand on heart, say that you should go and watch this one because it's not good. And I'd feel bad if you went go and watch this on my recommendation. But as I always say, if you want to go and watch this film, go and watch it. Maybe you'll have a different opinion to me, but for me, this is avoidable, big time. Like I say, it was just because I had it on the triple box set Blu-ray that I ended up watching it. But that's my views on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Turtles in Time. This has been Quick Shot Reviews. I've been your host, Luke, and you are the Cheap Shot Nation. If you have watched this film, let me know in the comments section what you think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 from 1993. I will look forward to your comments in the comments section. Join us on social media as well, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I will see you next time for more movie reviews. Goodbye.
Hiya.